Hold on. Grand Rising. Play a little Father Indigo Spirit right now. People get notified to come in.
You gotta feel it when it's around you, son. It must come, it must go.
Great seeing Sister Lisa. Shalom. Peace to everyone. Great seeing Brother Moriel. Silver Harmonics. Great seeing you. Great seeing you, Sister Angela. Shalom, family. Good seeing you, DJ Grant.
Don't fuck with me when I'm in my bliss. My ancestors, they cause the shit. I can't control why they cheat. Dollars out of jams and it's all with they head. Just be the kid. My eyes cry and drip. I feel all they say. My ancestors, they won't leave my memory. Is this insane? Or is this a gift? They call us over. Cause our souls got drip. I know that it's power. This magic hour. Yeah. This magic hour. Oh, it must come, it must go. Cause that's the way the world goes. Don't fuck with my spirit, my crow. Like I told you hoes, you get exposed. Don't fuck with my spirit. That's just what don't fuck with my spirit. That's just what I got the keys. Oppressive spirit. I got the keys. Oppressive spirit. Don't fuck with my 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 spirit. I got the keys and they fear it. Should we live in peace or should we cause war? They think it's a game till the soul hit the floor. This is not simple. I am not him. Black this shit out. Bang on his rim. I roll with no gun. I roll with no rim. He ain't no member. He can't get in. Shut up, sister. These are my twins. Run on Esther. Blaze up my truck. Run on jungle. Bring hell to run.
Great seeing Third Eye Cam.
Bring down some shut. Roll on no show. Bring down your run. Bring down them tools. Cause that's the way the world goes. Fuck with my spirit, my crow. Like I told you hoes, you get exposed. Don't fuck with my spirit. That's just gon' hear it. Don't fuck with my spirit. That's just gon' hear it. I got the keys. Oppressive fear. I got the keys, oppressive spirit. Don't fuck with my 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 spirit. Cause I got the keys and they fear it. Father, Indigo. I say, thank you, universe.
Grand Rising family. You know, forever, well, the other nations, you know, you guys were very bold about your BS before, because the Most High had turned his face away from us and allowed you just to say whatever the hell y'all wanted to say. Let y'all do whatever the hell y'all wanted to do. When the Most High has turned his face back to us and sent us the Holy Spirit, we can see through the shenanigans. And it's amazing how when you understand the way they work, it's very easy to see what they're doing or what they're not doing. I mean, you know, they used to try to come all the time and say that, you know, everybody has salvation. Everyone has opportunity for salvation. Paul said. But you don't even hear about that very much anymore. Because, again, your grades are in your society. What you're going to be judged on is based on this society. This is all you're doing. White Jesus that you guys have been pushing and still from time to time still try to push is not working at all anymore. You know? And this whole thing going on with Mayor Bass and her giving money on, you know, cards, free money to the illegal immigrants or whatever else is hilarious. Because you see all these people trying to be all up in arms. And I'm like, you guys, that's all nothing but fake rage. It's all nothing but fake rage. And the Most High is putting it out there. Because that's exactly what everyone, all of Psalms 83, has been receiving. You see what I'm saying? It's all of you have been receiving those preloaded money, you know, cards. All of you. Didn't matter what color you are, so long as you are part of Psalms 83, that you have been the illegal immigrants receiving those prepaid money cards for hundreds of years. You see what I'm saying? Like everyone, which one of them has not received some type of compensation? While you guys are in the chat, put some of that compensation that these other nations have been receiving in the chat so that you guys can look yourselves. All these vassal benefits. It's just hilarious. Like, oh, this is just so ridiculous. They're giving illegal immigrants all this money. That's what you guys have been doing the whole time. Free housing, Section 8, Silver Tsunami, free education, free college education, food stamps, SNAP, right? You guys have all been receiving this the whole time. So why all of a sudden, because they're doing it now at the end, is it like all of a sudden it's so bad? Because this is exactly what you guys have been receiving this whole time. You've been receiving all of these benefits this whole time. Thank you so much for putting all this in the chat. So if you're here, you're looking, you can see for yourself. Loans to start up businesses in so-called black neighborhoods, and when we couldn't get them, right? So it's really just nothing but a joke, because really it's just the Most High exposing you. You guys were able to do all these things this whole time, and only people you were hiding it from was us. You were only hiding it from the so-called Negroes, because everyone else is receiving the same benefits. So they're all being quiet about how they're getting all this extra money. And we're barely getting an understanding of like how deep this is, how deep this has been. You see what I'm saying? They've all been receiving these benefits, and they all know. When you're getting Pell Grants and scholarships and this and that, and you knew you were not legal, then it's like, The main thing is like, how do you all know you're getting free money to go to school? Someone's having to pay for it. I don't care how much you think you're putting in taxes. If you're an illegal immigrant, you're not paying for all this. Here in California, they had about 1 million people on getting free, 1 million undocumented immigrants getting free health care for years. It's just all of a sudden now the money has dried up because their blessing has dried up. I mean, you imagine like 1 million people getting free health care, as expensive as health care is. And we couldn't get that. You see, so like, it's just all, you don't start putting all these things together until the Most High opens your eyes to understand this. And this nation of America is the only nation that prioritizes foreigners. I mean, this is huge. When you really think about that, this nation is the only nation that prioritizes foreigners. And the actual owners of the lands get nothing. That there alone lets you know the only group of people that has been outside of Psalms 83, the only one that was not allowed to join the Catholic and Christian churches, the only ones that the Inquisition was going after were the so-called Negroes. The only group that was said to not be human, that was chattel slaves, there was 3/5 of a man, was a so-called Negro. Now, if this country, which you can easily see, prioritizes foreigners, and we're so-called African Americans, then why have we not been given the same opportunities as the so-called Africans? If we're African Americans too, why were we excluded from all of the loans that the Africans got? Their actions is proving who we are. Their actions is proving that we are the original people of the lands, because this land has been set up by the American corporation to prioritize foreigners. And we have not been given the same treatment as foreigners. Actually, we were given the opposite treatment. So then if we're not treated like foreigners and getting all the freebies, then that means that we were the original people that were here, and that we were enslaved on our own lands, and our labor was used as well as our resources to pretty much bless all the foreigners. So their actions right there alone is proving Deuteronomy 28 and 43. You see what I'm saying? Like, to the T. And when you understand that, then like I said, there's nothing else to talk about as far as prophecy being all over there in the so-called Middle East, when everyone has been getting all their blessings from these lands right here. Deuteronomy 28, 43. The stranger that is within thee, so there's going to be strangers that are going to come and be within us, be around us, living with us on our lands. Strangers are going to come to our lands and live among us, live among the Aboriginals, live among the true people, the owners of the lands. And then it says, the stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. Right there, it says a lot to unpack. That means that we, the original people, we're going to be brought down, the original owners are going to be brought down very low. And the strangers that are going to come and live around you are going to be raised up very high. That there also proves where the true Holy Land is. Because there's no stranger getting up very high among the Most High's chosen people in the Jewish land over there in the so-called Middle East. There are no prophecies that have been fulfilled over there. None. When did Ish have their children sold in front of them? When did their children go into captivity in front of them? When were their wives raped in front of their husbands? When were the Jewish people working on their own lands as slaves while other people were getting the benefits from the crops? So until they can start to prove anything from Deuteronomy 28:16 to 68 happening over there, they can just, we don't even need to pay attention to them. Because again, they already know. That's why they're quiet. There's no boldness in them anymore. They used to walk around here with their chests all out, very, very bold about white Jesus and Paul. Right? No more. No more of that. Where's all that? Where's all that bravado? Where's all that Clint Eastwood shit? Where's all that at? You see, they are very quiet. Squeezing in those chests now, right? They got absolutely nothing. Now, I made a video on TikTok. I'm gonna say yesterday morning. TikTok just pretty much shut that video down. It was almost 24 hours, and it barely had like 100, so to them like 170, 180 views. No comments. I mean, like in a whole day, no comments. It barely had like 3 comments earlier today, almost 24 hours later, and it was the same person who made like 3 comments. So that just shows you how they're like totally manipulating the views. I'm gonna play a little bit of it because, again, where's all the bravado? Where's all of the standing up for white Jesus? It's like everybody has run away from white Jesus. You've run away from white Jesus. You've run away from your pastors, your priests. Just like the big book of Enoch says, when the Most High gives us that sword, everyone's going to shrink from us and run away. They're going to run away, which is what you're already seeing going on right now. They have run away. They don't stand up. But then once in a while, they'll try to sneak in and say a little something and run away. Sneak in and say a little something and run away. So let me get the video real quick. I'm going to play a little bit of it. Talking about Karen Bass. And like I said, the whole thing is to put that information out there and then watch the fake rage. Because I'm like, why are you white people out here pissed off about them giving free money to immigrants when you received free loans? You received, the opportunity to buy houses for $10,000 and pass that on down. What a trade. Oh, the immigrants are getting $200 on a card. You got multi-million-dollar homes to live in for decades. Who are you to complain about someone getting some parting gifts here at the end? When you got free land and you've had that land for decades and you've passed it down from generation to generation. Fake rage. It's nothing but fake rage, because I'm like, whatever you're giving them is nothing compared to what the colonizers have already had and enjoyed and passed down. You see, you're just trying to like make it seem like they're just as bad as you are, or you guys are all the same. I was like, man, whatever. If you're gonna give them a couple hundred, all that is all Psalms 83 stuff, anyways. That has nothing to do with me. I would probably say no thank you if I was you guys, and try to get the hell away from Psalms 83 as quick as you possibly can. Because that little card that you're gonna get with that couple $100, the Most High is gonna make you pay that back too. Everything that you've gotten from us, from our lands and our people, you're gonna have to pay for it. There are no free gifts. It's a parting gift, but the Most High still just adding to your bill. That's all that you guys are doing right now. The more you don't say anything to us, you don't admit the truth, you try to be quiet, you're just adding to your bill. Like some Asian people walked past me, when I was walking into a store or something, and it was like, they don't even want to make eye contact. People don't want to make eye contact because, they know now that we know. And it's not all black people that know, but I know that my spirit affects other people around me. Because we're dealing not with what you're seeing here with the physical, we're dealing with the spirit realm. And they know they're coming into contact with the Son of the living power. Those spirits around them see my spirit. They see who's with me. Just like they see that with you. East Indian, same thing. They don't want to make eye contact. They don't want to before they're real, they're real cocky. They want to, they'll look in the eye and, give you that look, like they think they're better than you. Yeah, you don't get that as much anymore. Don't get that as much anymore. Right? It is a big payback, exactly. And, so it's like, you just watch, because look, we see all you immigrants now. We see how this is all working out now. You guys have been running over here, getting all of these benefits, and not telling anybody that you've been getting loans, getting benefits. We just thought, hey, maybe they're just lucky, man. They're really good. Knowing that this country has prioritized the other nations, prioritized the foreigners. They've been knowing this the whole time. That's why they've been fighting over themselves, crawling over each other to get a green card or to get a visa and get over here. But see, their spirits on these other nations, they can see the spirits of the Blassels too. They can see the spirits of the Blassels. They know the Blassels are with them. So that's why they're like, oh, this is cool. Oh, he's that black friend. It's like my best friend. They always going to say I got a black best friend, and he's always going to be a Blassel. He's going to be a sellout black dude that wants to hang out with them, wants to be like them, because he is one of them. But that ain't me. So they can see our spirits. Hey, Gracine and Sister Cassandra, they can see our spirits, and they know, hey, yeah, don't mess with this one. He can see. He knows. He knows. Don't mess with him, because he's liable to tear your head off if you say something to him. They know. They didn't know as much when we were asleep, but they did know that eventually we were going to wake up. And then when they come into contact or they come into the presence of one of us, they know. And now it's like they ain't walking around so prideful anymore. So they're so prideful around the Blassels and the Hamites, and you can have them because they don't have any power. The Most High is not dealing with them. The Most High is not giving his spirits over to the Blassels because they walked away from the covenant. Right? They want to be buddy and friends and everything else. I don't suffer harmonics. That's it. My neighbors too. My neighbors have heard me because I do videos outside in the backyard, and they don't say anything. Some of them are older people, nice, whatever, neighborly, whatever else. But you just know they hear the videos because they go to church, And I've had a couple of conversations with them, and then that's that look. So then it's like, that's cool, whatever, man. It is what it go do you. Go do white Jesus. Go do white Jesus. They've been cleaving to the wrong ones. So when you understand this, like I said, these people have come from all over the world. And let's say immigrants built this country. No, immigrants came and stole everything from this country. Because how can you say immigrants built this country when all the immigrants are coming here looking for the American dream? If they're coming to look for the American dream, then that must mean then that this country has already been established. This country must have already been established if they're coming to look for the American dream. They're coming to find their American dream. So then who set up this country before you immigrants got here? Because it wasn't the white people who established this country. It was not the colonizers, because they had to go and get someone else to do all the building for them, to do all the work for them. So then that means, again, they came to this country. It's a land of milk and honey because we had already established this country. So when exactly did the immigrants come and establish? See, they were able to come and get loans and get businesses, but that means that then there must have already been money and a land of milk and honey already here. And that's why, the dove has come back over America first. Because again, this was the land that you guys were coming to, the last land y'all came to chase after those dreams. You did the same thing in Mexico. Y'all came over here looking for gold, going after the Aztecs, going after the Incas, because you were looking for, again, to take. That's all you guys were doing, was coming to take from this land. That, again, before 1492, was already established. Because all they did was get here and find everything that was already here. So again, when you see these people trying to demonize the illegal immigrants right now, I'm like, hold on. Yeah, they're going to get theirs too. Don't get me wrong. But they're doing that on purpose so you don't look at what the colonizers have done. How they've established themselves for hundreds of years. Don't take your eye off the prize. The ultimate prize is going to be the ones who founded this corporation and who have been benefiting the most. So like I said, so that's why, you can see, like I said, they know. I've talked to people for a long time about this being our lands. This land here is ours. And that we were going to get it back. We're going to get everything back. And I think some people that I've talked to before, they were dismissive. They were dismissive. Now they don't say too much, but that dismissiveness ain't there anymore. Especially when Trump said that birthright citizenship was for the so-called black people. That there alone, like I said, Trump just scraped over the surface. He just scraped over the surface because really, why don't the Latinos tell the so-called white people, hey, if you're kicking us off, why don't you go back to Europe? Why don't you leave these country or leave this country? Why are you kicking me out when it's not even your land either? You see what I'm saying? Like, they're not really going out there. They're not going that route. They're not saying any of that. They're not bringing up the fact of your colonizers' history, because they have less right. They had the same amount of right as you guys do. None. But the only people that seem to have a right to these lands are the Negroes. But again, not all of us, because many of our people already got the bag. They already, they sold short. They sold off short, just like Esau. They gave up, like Esau gave up his birthright for some porridge, for some soup. You guys did the same shit. Y'all gave up the birthright of being able to be restored on this land here for some soup. So just like Esau gave up his birthright for nothing, he made sure you did the same thing. He made sure that you Blassels did exactly the same thing. He's like, well, I'm not going to be the only one that's going to give up my birthright for nothing. You are too, if you want to be over here with me. Made sure that you guys gave up, you Blassels, you black vassals, you did exactly the same thing that Esau did. You gave up your birthright citizenship of being an Israelite and getting all of this back for nothing, for some soup. And don't think you're going to be running over here like those Hamites trying to now. Hamites over here trying to act like, oh, well, us black people, you Latinos, you've hated us black people. I was like, us black people, bruh. Just like that Kenyan beast. Grand rising, my brothers and sisters. Grand rising, my brothers and sisters. I was like, grand rising for some Hamites? Where you rising to? Where are you Hamites rising to exactly? You're not rising no more. You already rose, bruh. You already, Esau made sure y'all sold out too for some soup. Y'all sold out for some soup just like Esau did. Y'all like, man, what does it matter, man? If I try to help out these Israelites, I'm just gonna sell out now, man. I'm gonna enjoy this right now. Oh, I gotta pay now? Grand rising, family. Yeah, grand rising, brothers and sisters. Yeah. No, bro. You remember how much you hated us. Drinking them dregs. Go right on over there. Sitting there listening to this dude always grand rising. I was like, grand rising? What y'all? You ain't rising. I listen to your videos and you say nothing of spirit at all. You play some videos, you stare at a phone while the video's playing, and then you pretty much say nothing after that. Right, Rodney Jones, they found out that the payment is due and turn a whole new leaf. Exactly. So like I said, there is no grand rising for the rest of you. You sold out. And it is what it is. Exactly. Like you guys have been so concerned about us. Where are all these Hamite channels in 2019, 2018, 2017? Where are all these Hamite channels when Colin Kaepernick was taking a knee and everybody, all the Psalms 83 was like, yeah, get up, nigga. We don't want to hear you. I'm here to watch a football game. I'm not here to watch you take a knee. That's being disrespectful to my country. Where are all you guys then? No, now all of a sudden, ham channels just popping up left and right. 200,000 views. 2,000 subscribers, but 100,000 views. Saying what? And they're all using the same videos over and over again. Because again, you guys have no spirit. You didn't go through what we went through. You didn't stand on business to say 1619 and 2019 was the 400-year prophecy. You weren't standing up when it was 2020. We were saying that this shutdown was the end of your rule and reign, because 99% of people believe that, oh, we're going to come back stronger than ever. white Jesus is going to, you know, he's going to be here stronger than ever. You didn't stand up when, you know, I was bringing out the Book of Mormon. The Most High had me bring out the Book of Mormon, and everybody was attacking. I didn't see any Hamite channels. Oh yeah, that's true. That's our history. I didn't see any of that shit. So right now I'm gonna play a little bit of the video I made on TikTok, and you can just see, like I said, because hey, they want to sit here and like just act like we're gonna hide this. We're gonna hide this one. I was like, bitch. Grand Rising. The situation that you're seeing with Karen Bass and her giving cash cards, cash benefits to illegal immigrants is just, again, the Most High showing you how these people are at their end. Because look, they're giving, I'm going to play a quick little video because it's talking about how Karen Bass and them trying to give all this money to the illegal immigrants. And yesterday I showed you guys a video about that Hamite who was saying that I'm coming here to take. I'm coming to America to take. I'm not coming to work with you so-called African Americans, because your government, everybody knows that your government prioritizes foreigners. And if you don't see how that is still the case all the way till today in 2025, I don't know what to tell you. But the thing is that the only people, through their actions, again, they're proving that us so-called Negroes, so-called black people, are not foreigners. Because see, they will give money to any and everyone else because they are not from here. So therefore, they are here to take. They are here to take resources. This is why when we talk about reparations, they don't want to even have that conversation, because they already know that we are the original people, and that the Most High is going to make sure that they have to pay reparations to us, because these are our lands. But the fact that they're telling you that these people are not here, they didn't come here the right way. You know, they did come here the right way according to Babylon. You just come over and they're going to give you whatever it is that you need. And even if you don't need it, even if you just want it, we'll give you that too. Because again, that's what this whole society has been set up for. It has been set up for the foreigners. And the original people get nothing, because they're the ones at this time that have been going through exploitation. But check out this video.
About the cash payments, I thought this cannot possibly be true. But then on reflection, I thought, of course it's true, because California already provides the most generous benefits for illegal immigrants of any state by far. Newsom has ridden Medicaid insolvent by giving out free comprehensive benefits for everyone. And now Bass is giving out these free cash cards. And apparently one of the ways you can get one is if you're too afraid to go into work. Well, number one, this fear, to the extent that it exists, is largely driven by Karen Bass and Gavin Newsom, who have purposely incited fear and driven these rioters into a state of frenzy. But number two, if we say that if you're too afraid to go to work, you get free cash payments, I think that all of a sudden we're going to find there are a lot more people who are suddenly too afraid to go into work. But the real kicker is that Karen Bass has chosen, of all groups, Sherlock to distribute.
And that's the whole thing. Remember now, for reparations, we don't know how we're going to get the people. We don't know who really is a slave. We don't really know who's been affected. Where is the cash going to come from? See, and again, like I said, that's how they do us. Everything is always about, well, we need to study. We don't know how we're going to do this. But for them, because they're foreigners, they just give them the money. Just give it to them. We don't need no study. If they don't want to go to work, if they just say they're too scared to go to work, just give them money. Now, again, that's what you guys have done this whole time. It's nothing new. For us, it's a study. For you guys, it's money. Because again, you guys, prioritize the foreigners. And when you understand that, then you start to look at who's been getting all of the perks. Then that lets you know who the foreigners are. That, you know what I'm saying? Like, that lets you just, so again, this is not something that's like, it's just, something to try to get us all pissed off, try to get our energy focused on that, when again, we just need to concentrate on our power. Like I said, $200 on a card, what the hell is that going to do? In California, maybe I'll get you some gas and a little bit of food for a couple of days, and then that's it. That's all that is. Just to get you thinking about how pissed off it is, how unfair the system was supposed to be unfair because it was set up for everybody else and not us. And that's it. Cool. When for us, again, they're always, it's like, where are we going to get the money from? How are you guys going to spend it? What are you going to do with it? With the other nations, because they prioritize foreigners, what is going to give you guys the money? Nobody's going to question where the money comes from. No one's going to question how you're going to spend the money. Why? Because this whole society has been set up for the foreigners. This is that great tumult of Psalms 83. This is how everyone is confederate against the Israelites. Because everyone is confederate. When you talk about it's money for us, reparations for us, restoration for... So yeah, so like I said, this is the video I think I put up yesterday. I said on the regular channel, but on YouTube, I said on TikTok, like it's like 200, it's been under 2, it's like it barely moves up like 2 views every couple hours, another view, because they hide it. Because again, all you Constantine Christians, prove it wrong. Prove anything that I've been saying for the last umpteen years wrong. That's it. Because like I said, you guys just you're not in a position anymore to just think that you can just be quiet. You're being quiet now because you got nothing to say. Because you've been cold busted. You've been cold busted now, like I said. And the Native Americans, they're foreigners too. Why? Because they're getting shit here. If you're getting something here, that means you are a foreigner. They got casinos, they get grants, they get free education, they get, free money to live on their reservations. So again, they're getting stuff too, which then proves, again, that those people are foreigners. If they were the true people, they would get nothing. Now again, it's levels, of course. They're not going to get, you're getting paid to play a part. You got your little bit of money to play the Native Americans. So that then the white people can come in and say, well, look, I gave these people this, or I traded for them. And even though it was a bad trade, I gave them some dirty ass underwear and they gave me California. Oh, that was, but they traded it for me. So that's how for them, they can justify in their minds, well, we traded. Yeah, you made a dumb trade, or we bought it. We gave them $2, and they gave me Texas. So, again, they're just set them up for that. So they can sit there and tell, and all of it is to pull the wool over our eyes. Oh yeah, we made this great, agreement. We shook hands on it, and I bought Nevada, for a shoe. I gave them a shoe and they gave me Nevada. So stuff like that. So everyone is getting something. Lets you know who's who. If you're getting stuff, you're Psalms 83. It's very simple. There is no middle ground because Psalms 83 is only going after Israel. And they all work together to make Israel no more. So when they made Israel no more, that's what, so the trade-off was, we're all going to agree to make sure that nobody knows who Israel is anymore, or no one admits it. We all know, but no one's going to admit it, but we're going to make sure that this land here prioritizes foreigners. And we're all going to be in on it, and we're all going to play our part. Psalms 83, verse 2. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. Everyone in Psalms 83 hates us. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. So again, they have all taken crafty counsel against thy people. So everyone has taken crafty counsel against the Israelites, against the Most High's chosen seed. They get nothing from these lands. We get everything. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. So they cut us off from being a nation of people physically, and they also cut us off from our lands, from our birthright, from our blessing. That is why this land prioritizes foreigners, and everyone knows it. See what I'm saying? So again, they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. One consent. For they have consulted together with one consent. Their one consent is they are all confederate against us. They're all confederate against us. So that means that this land, that our land, is now going to pretty much prioritize the foreigners. Prioritize Psalms 83. And to show you like how the blessing is gone, Sister Lisa did a video about a Canadian guy, man, who lived up north. And I guess every year he would go back and forth to Canada, right? He would go back and forth to Canada. And he went, I guess he had 5 kids, but he went on a vacation with 3 of his kids. Went up to Canada, came back, and they said, oh, hold on. Slow down. Slow down. Come over here. Checked his Jeff, looked at him. You ain't coming back. What do you mean? Nah. You know them years, 15, 20 years ago, you were smoking that weed and you got caught? Yeah. You ain't coming back because you did that. Get back. Oh, your kids can come back, but you can't come back. You imagine? Oh boy, I think he said, I don't know if he was here for 40 years. He was here since he was 3. Has been living over here for like 40 years, 43, 40 years, something like that. And said, yeah, nah, you ain't coming back. Get comfortable over there. You ain't coming back. Guy's been going back and forth for years. All of a sudden, what's changed? What's changed? What's changed is the Most High says, Psalms 83, you're done. He's separating you. He's sifting you. He says, you stay on up there. Get comfortable. Your kids can stay here. You can't come back. Right? In New Hampshire, right, Sister Lisa? Exactly, right? The only thing that's different is the fact that the Most High has said, your blessing is done. Your blessing is over. The living deliciously off of my lands is over with. Getting a green card handed out to everybody hand over fist and you being able to just come back and forth, that's over with. That is not Trump. Trump was here. So this is a beautiful thing. Trump was here already in the 2016, 17, 18s. He didn't do any of this. Why? Because you were still in your blessing. That is why none of that stuff happened before. The only thing that switched was when Trump got elected the second time, the blessing is over. That is why this is a whole new ball game. Trump's the same man he was the first time he was here. All of a sudden now he wants white people to not be able to come back over here too. All of a sudden now he doesn't want white Canadians to be here. I mean, these people come here, they work, they pay taxes. If they don't, if he hasn't been in trouble for a long time, you see a lot of people, like a lot of the Latinos, well, I've been here for like 30 years and I haven't gotten in trouble. I haven't done anything. I've just worked. Yeah, old boy, hasn't not done much of anything either. But he still couldn't come back. So it's not just you. See, the Most High, he took us out first. He's not a respecter of persons. So you want to break it down to you're doing things because of the color of your skin. They're doing it because I'm brown. No, the Most High is doing it to you because you were a foreigner who was prioritized before above the Most High's chosen people. He allowed you to come over here and have a beautiful time. But see, the thing is this, I don't get upset with the fact that you foreigners were allowed to come over here and enjoy our blessing, because we messed up and that was our punishment. Okay? So what the issue is that when you got here, Satan didn't tell you that the Most High was keeping track of you. He was keeping track on how you were going to treat his people. He's keeping track on, okay, my people are here. So look it up, Deuteronomy 7:6, above all people. Most High brought us down very low. He brought you guys up very high. He wanted to see how you were going to treat his people when they were at the bottom, when you didn't know who they were. Were you going to treat them like a human? Or were you going to shit on them and treat them like dog shit? Now that is something you're going to have to be accountable for when you go and meet the Most High. If you treated us well, you got nothing to worry about. Just like Rahab, when we were going in to Jericho, and she made a conscious decision to support the Israelites when they were in need. She made a conscious decision to turn her back on her own people and actually help the Israelites. And she was blessed for that. Had your priests really should have told you, yes, those are the Most High's chosen people. They're at the bottom for now, for a time, but they will be raised back up. Treat those people with respect. Treat those people right. You will get a blessing for treating those people right. The Most High has blessed us because they messed up. This is what your pastors and priests should have been telling you. This is our position at the top right now is temporary. It will not be forever. But when they do come back up, if you want to look at Rahab, look at her story. If you want to be accepted by their power and their people, treat them right. Teach your children to treat them right, to be fair with them, to bless them when you can. Because those people will be raised back up once again. And you want to be raised up with them. You want the real Reaganomics. You want all ships to rise up? Treat those people right. Bless those people. Heed that golden rule. Treat them how you want to be treated. That's what you should have been teaching your parishioners in your churches. And that's what you and your families should have been teaching your children. I'm assuming, like I said, we're waiting for the last people to wake up. Maybe the Most High is waiting for the last Gentiles to get their opportunity to bless the Israelites. I'm not sure exactly what we're waiting for, but I can tell you time is very short. But I'm just letting you know that this is what the Most High, is letting me tell you. So it's up to you. Apologies without actions doesn't mean anything either. There's going to be actions, like when the Most High said about Jeremiah 16:19, they're going to come and admit to the Most High that our fathers have inherited lies. They're going to come and they're going to admit that their fathers have inherited lies. You just thinking in your head, oh, I'm sorry, but not saying anything. You're not coming and admitting this truth. You're not admitting this truth to us. You're not admitting this truth to the Most High. There's no action behind that. What you have is not yours. That should be very clear now. What you have is ours. And we're going to get it either way. So you might as well start to, pretty much give it back and return it now. But that is up to you. However you want to do that, that is up to you. But as you can see, there's not going to be no 2 years down the road and we're still in the same situation in a holding pattern. You guys are exposed, and the fact that how you act around us when we see you now, the fact that you put your heads down, you don't want to make eye contact. You feel a certain way when you're around strong individuals, strong Israelites. You are in fear. That pride that you had before is not there anymore. And it's funny because I was always joking with my wife because we'll go places and I'll be like the first one there. Within like 5 minutes, like there's like lines of people around me. If I go to get something to eat or whatever else, and I'll get there and there's like nobody there. I go to a store and there's very few people there, and all of a sudden, within like 5-10 minutes, it's a lot of people around all of a sudden. And I would joke around like, look, I brought the crowds. But it's the truth. I do bring the crowds. You bring the crowds. Your spirit attracts other people. You know what I'm saying? Like it'll be all of a sudden like just people just keep showing up out of the woodworks when you show up, after you show up. Because our spirit draws people. It draws people. So again, you guys are going to be drawn to the true people that have this understanding. We do have that energy. I know I have that energy. I know you have that energy too. You see it too. I said, because look at these other nations. What do they have? Nothing. Besides the money, the homes, whatever they got, cars, whatever else. Those things are fleeting. They don't mean anything, but that's all that they have. And as you can see, they're not happy. That is why we are a light. We are a beacon. And that is why people are drawn to us. And sometimes we don't really realize it, but I've noticed that quite a few times now in the last couple years. It's like I'll go somewhere and all of a sudden people just pop up. People just show up. I'm sure you guys probably have the same thing happen because we're all in that same wavelength. We got that spirit, we got that power that attracts these other nations. That's why they've always wanted us to stay here. They always say go back to Africa. They don't really mean it. They always say, get out of here. But they're always drawn to us because again, they know who we are. And now we're being separated. We are separated from these other nations. We're separated from the Blasphemers. Trust me, the Blasphemers are not drawing in people like that because they don't have the spirit. They don't have the soul. They don't have the Holy Spirit. But people are drawn to us and they just don't even know why. They're drawn to whatever areas we're in and they don't even know why. And I said, they do not look happy. So again, the only way you guys are going to be happy is by acknowledging this truth and cleaving to us and cleaving to our power. That is the only way you can get any type of reprieve from what you're feeling, by admitting the truth. But I want to say thank you again, everyone that's here. All praises to the Most High. Thank you again to everyone that supports myself and everyone else that's in this work and doing this truth. It's a blessing to be able to come together and put the puzzle pieces together. Much love, family. Shalom.